you mentioned safety previously, and I interpreted it as you were, the safety claims as it related to this year's harvest were, there were no accidents with your employees on site, but maybe you meant something else. And even if you didn't mean something else, I want to talk about food safety, because when we talk about safety on the farm, my mind might immediately go towards like, oh, the farm workers are safe. But really, when we're talking about food and beverage and farming, the safety often means food safety. It means traceability. It means making sure that, we're doing everything we can to mitigate any sort of foodborne illness or health risk to the end consumer. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about that. I actually need to read the produce news here. How are pesticides and herbicides tested? Question mark. So I would love for you to talk a little bit more about what you're doing at Wada Farms. And I do think it's important that people understand crop protection is part of farming. It doesn't matter what you're farming. You have to make sure as a grower that you are doing your diligence to protect both your profitability, your yield. After you plant the crop, you got to make sure you're going to have something to sell and profit from. You got to make sure that you're taking care of any human being that's working in the field, the packing house, all the way downstream. And of course, as we think about downstream, you got to make sure that that product is safe for, households like ours to eat. So any feedback that you have on that topic, Bryan?
Yeah, Lori. So food safety, we want to sell potatoes. I mean, it's great to grow them, but we really need to sell them afterwards. And so we want to make sure not just our crop, but the entire crop, the entire state of Idaho, we want to make sure that potatoes are a healthy and safe product. Potatoes are inherently safe. They're grown underground. You typically wash them and cook them before you consume them at home. But still, everything we do is well within all state and federal guidelines. It wouldn't make good business sense to do anything but that. We've got very strong food safety programs. I can trace any potato any day that we pack right back to the fields. And that's the advantage of being a integrated grower shipper. I grow the crop, I pack the crop. I'm kind of in control of most steps along the way. And so we can make sure that every stage from beginning to end has been done the right way. The state of Idaho does some collection of finished product at the, grown product out of storages. I also do it as my own company. We take residue testing, and not in 20 years, we have never had anything even come up as a hit on any of the products we test for, but we do it just as a good business practice.